Hey everybody, welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. Before we get to those pitches, remember, join Ninja Nation, hit that subscribe button. We are on the march to 100,000 subscribers and want you on board. So hit subscribe, and without further ado, here are the filthiest pitches of the day. I'm going to start with Kyle Bradish, who was making his second start and had these nasty bend-the-knee sliders. Garrett Whitlock came out on fire yesterday, K'ing the first 4 hitters and 5 of the first 6. Pure smoke. He finished with 9 Ks. Here's an overlay of his fastball and changeup, and you can see how those two pitches work well together. Whitlock has a 1.25 ERA this season so far. Tylor Megill had 9 Ks, and this was an outing where he wasn't as sharp as normal. He is certainly earning the nickname Siler. Zach Wheeler looked to be getting back to his ace form. He had 7 Ks and a mean slider working. Frankie Montas had 6 Ks and 7 shutout innings, and I just love his splitter. It's not Kevin Gausman's splitter, but it's filthy in its own right. A little turn back the clock, Corey Kluber looked like prime Corey Kluber. Look at these frisbee breaking balls. When Klubot is on, he still can be unhittable. Also turning back the clock, Justin Verlander and Adam Wainwright continue to dominate, defeating their opponents and father time while they're at it. Yusei Kikuchi dominated with his splitter. Couple good views of that splitter here. He had 7 Ks in 6 3-hit innings. Mike Clevenger and his happy feet were back. And here's a throwback to a few years ago when I compared Mike Clevenger to Triple Crown winner Seattle Slew. Identical. My filthiest starter was Lucas Giolito. Look at this filth from him. He had 10 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings. Just a filthy display of curveballs, sliders, fastballs, and his legendary changeup. And here's an overlay of his fastball and changeup. Just a deadly combo. What's unique about Giolito is he intentionally throws elevated changeups. You rarely see any pitcher do that. It's because he can throw a changeup that actually has carry on it and matches his fastball. And he just lets the velo difference do the work. Here's Giolito talking about that.
And what I like to do with my changeup that's a lot different than other guys is I like to throw mine up here at the top because I throw a lot of my fastballs at the top.
On the relief pitcher side, Michael King continues to be dominant. Look at this nasty stuff. 90-mile-an-hour changeup and a wicked breaking ball. Clay Holmes, who has also been really good for the Yankees with a .69 ERA, which is really nice, had this White Castle special. Liam Hendriks picked up another save and turned into a fire-breathing dragon afterwards. Andrew Chafin put Cole Tucker on the Infinity Day IL with this sick back foot slider. And this look from Pitching Ninja Soul Cam, you can see when Tucker's soul left his body. My filthiest pitches from a reliever were Dillon Tate's UFO changeups. Look at these things. That is 22 inches of arm side run. And here's a good close-up of his changeup release and the spin axis of that changeup. And you can see it really kind of does look like a UFO. Lastly, the Ump Show was in full force yesterday. Look at this sequence that Brian O'Nora had versus Marcell Ozuna. This is a 3-pitch K with none of those pitches being in the strike zone. It'd be one thing if he just missed them, but you can tell that he took exception to Ozuna getting upset about the first strike and then just decided to ring him up on the next 2 pitches. A robot would never. Although I guess O'Nora may not have been intentionally doing it, and in O'Nora's strike zone, this was just paint. And the worst display was this from Dan Bellino. Madison Bumgarner got upset about a couple of ball strike calls in the first inning, and yeah, maybe it was a little too much, but Dan Bellino waited for the foreign substance check, and look at this. He's not doing a foreign substance check. He's deliberately baiting Bumgarner to lose his mind by just staring him down while pretending to check his hands for sticky stuff. Predictably, Bumgarner lost his mind. An umpire should not be able to bait a player into doing this. It's completely unprofessional. No one goes to a game to check out the umpires. He's just making himself into the center of attention. If a player physically touched an umpire or baited an umpire into doing this, they would be suspended. So what's MLB going to do? Probably nothing. Or maybe I should give Dan Bellino the benefit of the doubt, and he was lost in Mad Bum's eyes. And now, your pitching ninja moment of zen. I'm sorry, my dudes, this is anything but zen. Completely nuts.